City Saturation Index. Concept, writing, draft and presentation by Vaidya Hrishikesh Balkrishna Mehtre, BAMS, MD Ayurved, MS Sanskrit, Pune and Nashik, Maharashtra. Mobile number 9422016871. City Saturation Index. This is an innovative, unprecedented and first ever presented concept, pioneer concept, unique concept, innovative concept. If you search on Google or any other similar internet source, you will notice that such a term, phrase or concept does not exist anywhere in the world till this moment. There is absolutely no record of City Saturation Index term, phrase or concept up to this very moment, and therefore this presentation, publicization and publication of this innovative, unprecedented and one of its kind Ekameva Dvitiya concept must be read and understood with equal seriousness. This is my humble request. City Saturation Index. After Pune and Mumbai, Nasik, Kolhapur, Ahilyanagar, Sambhajinagar, Nagpur, Amravati, Akola, these cities too are slowly overflowing. The Nasik and Kolhapur, which barely 10-15 years ago had open roads, safe intersections, evenings that felt relatively calm and spacious, today feel suffocated with congestion. What is the solution to all this? Most people think it lies in the road widening, increasing FSI or TDR, demolishing old bungalows and vadas to build 15, 20, 30, 40 story towers, introducing metro, flyovers, improving and expanding public or private transport systems. But let me tell you the truth. None of this is actually working, nor will it. We are already witnessing this. In fact, the more advanced and more facilities, modern facilities, so-called development, these big cities will get, the more population they will attract from nearby villages, the constant drainage or flow towards them. Before 2000, before Rajaram Bridge was built on Sinhgad Road, areas next to Santosh Hall, Anand Nagar, Hingne were sparsely populated, rarely populated. Huge banyan trees, Vatavruksha, that couldn't be encircled even by 10 people stood together. Everywhere such trees were there till the very end of the road. Even before Rajaram Bridge also, up to Panmala, the residential settlements were very sparse. There were brick kilns also. The Parvati to Talgai hills were entirely green, open and uninhabited. No one was living there. Once Rajaram Bridge came up, the crowd beyond the river from Karvenagar, Hingne, Kothrud crossed the river and spread fast beyond Santosh Hall right up to DSK Vishwa in Dhahiri. And now all this area is highly overpopulated and saturated. Before 2000, places or villages like Chakan, Wagholi, Khed Shivapur, Khadakwasla, Dhahiri, Hadapsar, Yavat, Talegaon, they were considered far off villages. But today, people living there, they say, we live in Pune city. In reality, Pune is nothing more than Narayanpet, Shanwarpet and Sadashivpet. At the most, it may extend to Deccan and Shivajinagar. And for the farthest, till Vithalwadi Toll Naka, which was existing 15 years ago. Even Dattawadi's early colonies are still called as Navi Pet. But today, PMRDA, Pune Metropolitan Redevelopment Authority, has a radius of 56 kilometers, which means the diameter of 112 kilometers. People living anywhere in this 112 kilometer circle claim to be living in Pune city. Just as in Mumbai, almost every family in Konkan has one chakarmani, migrant worker. Similarly, almost every village family in Maharashtra has at least one member settled or floating in Pune city. And yet, every marriageable girl wishes her prospective groom should own a 3 BHK flat in Pune city. Mumbai, Thane, Navi Mumbai and the so-called third Mumbai are in an even worse state. Let's not even talk about Delhi and Bangalore, which are outside Maharashtra. After express highway connecting Mumbai to Pune was built, the influx into Pune from Mumbai skyrocketed. Earlier, Mumbai-Pune commute was very tough due to traffic jams in the ghats. But as the connecting highways, expressways connecting to Pune or to surrounding districts became wider, 4-lane, 6-lane, faster and bypassed the intermittent villages, the migration only increased and increased. Villagers abandoning rural peace and comfort for facilities, livelihood and money went on attracting and migrating to Pune city. Naturally, so many people cannot be accommodated in quality residences, nor can they afford them. Hence, the massive growth of slums, unprecedented in scale. Internal transport collapsed and uncontrolled daily population growth increased traffic, pollution, vehicle numbers, parking problem, garbage, delays, blockages, strain on public systems. So, the more facilities we provide, more development we claim in cities, the more surrounding villages will go on emptying out, and the reverse proportion, reciprocally, the stress on cities will be going on worsening. We already know all this. So why to raise this point again? Because we have a solution. A definite, workable, result-giving solution. The solution does not lie in expanding facilities, modernizing or adding advanced technology or so-called development. Not even in road widening, metros, underground railways. These are not the solutions. The real solution is to set a city saturation index for each city. Before a city reaches to that city saturation index, new population growth must be strictly prevented with unbreakable rules, no loopholes, no divergence. Just like in a pathology report, when cholesterol, urea, creatinine, bilirubin, sugar, HbA1c cross critical levels, they become dangerous, complicated, even fatal. Similarly, for a city, when city saturation index is defined based on land area and natural resources available there, the maximum permanent population in that city which can be sustained and the floating population it can handle can be calculated, decided and regularized. Strict controls must be applied once this city saturation index limit is about to reach. There should not be any extension, there should not be any annexure, there should not be any addition or delay to such restrictions. Though India holds only 2.4% of the world's land, 2.4% only of the entire world land belongs to India. Still, we house 20%, 1/5 of world population, 140 crores today. Can Indians migrate freely to other countries where the empty land is available? No. because passport and visa rules are very strict. In the same way, if we actually implement city saturation index, once a city reaches its capacity or about to reach its capacity, the upper border of the city saturation index, there should be a permanent ban on new residential, commercial, industrial, educational or whatsoever it may be, all type of new establishments. Instead, a new twin or parallel towns or cities must be or may be developed nearby for those who want to migrate for education, work or living. Or better still, between two district headquarters, those are now 3 to 6 hours apart. There are hundreds of kilometers of empty land and thousands of acres are unused, unmanned, non-residential. New towns with smaller saturation indices, low city saturation index and limited growth can be established there, or existing villages can be developed in a decentralized manner with urban, commercial, educational and industrial facilities. Because no matter how many facilities development we add to today's bloated or actually bursted cities, we cannot bring those cities back to normal again, nor can their growing population, permanent or even floating, be sustained. Each new day it becomes from difficult to impossible. So even if no such concept exists in the world anywhere yet, just like India pioneered UPI in currency exchange, we can pioneer in city saturation index. Through this city saturation index implement, grading, classification and indexing of towns, villages and cities of existing settlements can be equipped with facilities which are needed there, or new planned towns can be built in the empty lands between two districts, designed to never breach their city saturation index once decided and finalized for those. This is entirely and fairly possible provided we have social willpower and political intent for the same. Indian society, after all, accepts any change very rapidly and smoothly, whether it may be demonetization, switching off from button phones to smartphones, internet and social media, UPI, ballot papers to EVMs. All these unexpected changes were accepted quickly and smoothly throughout India, throughout all the layers of society, without any chaos or imbalance or friction or disturbance. Similarly, city saturation index can also be realized with today's leadership and capable teams of ministers and officers at the state and central level. It is by no means impossible. Means it is certainly possible and realistic. In the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, we can establish the concept of city saturation index. Actually, in truth, city securation index in India and maybe throughout the entire world. This will allow us to redesign and restructure urban and industrial systems. If the city saturation index is adopted and implemented, then the overgrowing urban, industrial, educational, health, traffic, pollution, parking, garbage, slum and crime problems also in small, medium and big cities can be finally be controlled or perhaps even eliminated. So therefore I call it not only city saturation index, but it is actually city securation index. Thank you. Concept, writing and presentation by Vaidya Hrishikesh Balakrishna Mehitre, BAMS, MD Ayurved, MS Sanskrit, residing at Pune and Nashik, Maharashtra. Mobile number 94220 16871.